tomb, Galadriel then laid the Arkan stone and elvish sword that had been taken from Thorin in captivity. It is said in songs that it gleamed ever in the dark when foes approached, and the fortress of the dwarves could not be taken by surprise. Of the 12 companions of Thorin, 10 remained. Fili and Kili had fallen, defending him with shield and body, for he was their mother's elder brother.
This treasure is as much yours as it is mine, Bilbo Baggins. In fact, if it were all up to me, I would reward you most richly of all.
Thank you, but it is a relief to me. I don't know what I would have done with the treasure, and I don't know how I would have gotten it back to the Shire without war and murder along the way. Really, it's better in your hands.
Mr. Baggins.
Farewell, Balin. Farewell, Dwalin. Farewell, Bifur, Beaufort, Dory, Nori, Oi, Oin, and Gloin. May your beards never grow thin. Farewell, Fili and Kili, and Thorin Oakenshield. May your memory never fade. If any of you are coming my way, don't be afraid to knock. Tea is at 4, but any of you are welcome at any time. Thank you, Queen Galadriel, and merry be the greenwood while the world is yet young, and merry be to all your folk.
Farewell, Bilbo Baggins. I name you elf friend and blessed. May your shadow never grow less, or stealing would be too easy. Farewell.
To Bilbo!
Bilbo!
Come.
Roads go ever on, under cloud and under star. Yet feet that wandering have gone, turn at last to home afar. Eyes that fire and sword have seen, and hoar in the halls of stone. Look at last on meadows green, and trees and hills they long have known.
Why, Bilbo Baggins? Something is the matter with you. You are not the Hobbit you once were.
What's going on? If he was surprised, they were more surprised still. He had arrived back in the middle of an auction. The late Bilbo Baggins, Esquire, Baggin, Underhill auction, sailed to commence at 10 o'clock sharp. It was now nearly lunchtime, and most of the things had already been sold. In short, Bilbo was presumed dead, and not everybody that said so was sorry to find the presumption wrong. The return of Mr. Bilbo Baggins created quite a disturbance, both under the hill and over the hill and across the water. It was a great deal more than 9 days' wonder. The legal bother indeed lasted for years. It was quite a long time before Mr. Baggins was in fact admitted to be alive again. The people who had got especially good bargains at the sale took a deal of convincing, and in the end, to save time, Bilbo had to buy back quite a lot of his own furniture. Indeed, Bilbo found he had lost more than spoons. He had lost his reputation. It is true that forever after, he remained an elf friend and had the honor of dwarves, wizards, and all such folk as ever passed that way. But he was no longer quite respectable. One autumn evening, some years afterwards, Bilbo was sitting in his study, writing his memoirs. He thought of calling them, There and Back Again, a Hobbit's Holiday.
Oh, come in!
Why, Bilbo Baggins?
Gandalf.
God is the new master of Lengta, and he is very popular. for he gets most of the credit for the current prosperity. There are songs that sing, the rivers run with gold.
So the prophecies have come true after a fashion.
Well, of course. And why wouldn't they? For after all, you would not disbelieve the prophecies, only because you had hand in making them come true. You did not think that all of your escapes and your adventures were by mere luck, for your sole benefit. You, Bilbo Baggins, are a fine fellow, and I am very fond of you. But after all, you are just quite a little fellow.